We're high on the shelf because if you have pets, they might unfortunately eat your loved one because they've been turned into food. So for my sake, granddaddy don't have pets. So what I did was just put my granddad who got turned into coleslaw, I put him high up on the counter anyways. The next step after that they said, let them know that you are aware of what happened because even though my granddad got turned into coleslaw, he still can hear and stuff, okay? I don't know if he can see. I didn't get that far in the manual to check that out, but he can hear. So I was like, Granddaddy, I know you've consumed too much coleslaw over the week. You've been turned into coleslaw because now you've become what you've eaten. You're a victim of that. The manual said to put you somewhere safe and wait 24 hours. And then in that time, you'll turn back into a human. Now, here's the kicker. I had to make sure I synchronize my watch. Because, like I said, Granddaddy is high on the shelf because he's turned into coleslaw. So I had to make sure I come back at least 2 hours before the 24-hour mark. Because he's way up there. He's going to turn back into a human. And he's going to break everything because he's going to break the counters, probably the ceiling, because it's just going to happen like that. Then he could risk getting hurt again. So I have to synchronize my watch to be over at his house at least 2 hours before the 24-hour mark. Take Granddaddy down because he turned into coleslaw. And just sit the coleslaw container / Granddaddy on the floor. And wait for him to turn back into being a human. Y'all, it's a mess. I just knew this was probably going to happen to me because I found myself constantly eating the same thing over and over and over again and not getting tired of it neither. And Granddad is the one saying, if you eat too much of that, you're going to turn into it. For example, with cheeseburger. I like cheeseburgers, y'all. You don't go wrong with cheeseburgers. So he was like, if you eat too many cheeseburgers, LA, you're going to wake up and become one. I'm like, it's not going to happen to me. I've been eating cheeseburgers since like 2 years old or whatever years old I was when my mama first introduced me to the joys and miracles of McDonald's, right? Okay. So I've been eating cheeseburgers all my life and have not woken up turned into a cheeseburger, but my granddad turned into coleslaw. Go figure. So I guess I'll keep y'all informed on what happened. I still have a little bit more time. So this is why I'm here today making this live stream because I know at least I have a couple of hours to make this live stream. I want y'all to know just how devoted I am to come up on this live stream, provide y'all with entertainment on time, on schedule, although we are in the figment of my imagination, a family crisis. I showed up to the call of duty to entertain y'all through my pain. Granddaddy has been turned into coleslaw. The coleslaw from KFC, of all places. We have a few hours to go before he turns back into a human. But until then, the show must go on. Welcome to Elay TV. My name is LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. How are all of you guys doing today? I know I'm having a really cool time. It's pretty breezy here, meaning my mood that I'm in. Although it is breezy outside just a little bit. Speaking of breezy, maybe 2 days ago, who knows, the time is really going by super duper fast. The wind was blowing something terrible. So much to the point I'm like, I'm wondering if my husband should move the car from away from the trees. That's how the trees were blowing. Like, this is a tree, and the trees was like, I don't think I got what it takes to hold on this time. I'm looking out the window like, yeah, I don't think the trees have what it takes this time because the wind was pretty tough. You know how palm trees are supposed to bend and go like this in the wind. Well, we're not surrounded by palm trees. We're surrounded by like junior trees and saplings. It's like, if At least here in Georgia, when they're doing construction and they remove all the beautiful strong trees that's been here for thousands of years, they get rid of them and make a dumb parking lot. They plant trees and then they grow really fast. That's the type of trees are around us. They look like junior trees. So the junior trees just bending all in the wind, don't look like they're tough enough. I'm like, maybe we should move the car, because these not gonna hold up like the palm trees do, like in Florida, California. Hey guys, how are you doing today? High five, bam. To any of my cool peeps who are still up in California, because it's like a 3-hour difference back there. When the wind blows in any place where you have palm trees, do you ever wonder if one day the palm tree is just gonna snap? Or do you trust in the palm tree so much because you've been around it all your life, or a big portion of your life, to know that if you park your car under a swaying palm tree, that it's not going to break and crush anything? I mean, we have, coconut trees, but I think those are two different trees. But correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't live in an area where I have access to actually study the palm tree or the coconut tree in person. All I have is the internet and National Geographics to tell me. And also, AI overview, now that it's a lot better now. Nowadays, Googling stuff is a lot easier. Who Googles anything anymore? I mean, like, I'm sorry, Google, but I think your time is up. We have AI overview and ChatGPT, unless the two merge together. But nonetheless, if anybody has any experience with witnessing palm trees, have you ever seen a palm tree sway so hard it snaps under the pressure of the wind? Coconut trees are a type of palm tree. Thank you so much for letting me know that. So there are types of palm trees, but palm trees in general are what they're categorized in or as. I have not once witnessed anyone on TV or in the news say the palm tree snapped in half, thusly falling on a car. Have not seen that. But here in Georgia, or if you live anywhere else like Michigan, every time the wind blows, somebody complaining that the tree done fell on their car. Is it me, or are trees, the new generation of trees, are they weaker now? Like, for example, is it me? I don't follow football too tough, but the stuff I've picked up on while watching football with my husband is that these men are getting their bones broken quicker than usual. So maybe trees need to drink some more milk. What do trees use to strengthen their bones? I know trees don't drink milk, but what do they need to be stronger? What's going on, Detroit in the Heezy? High five. I love Detroit. I was not born and raised in Detroit. I was actually born and raised in Saginaw, Michigan, Saginaw, unfortunately, aka Sag Nasty. But I like Detroit. I love Detroit so much. But what's going on, Detroit? Bam. So having said that, I think these new generations of trees that's growing up around where we live and where new houses are being sprung up here in Georgia, they're not as strong as they used to be, like the trees from the past. These trees, the branches be breaking. If I'm outside under the tree trying to read or trying to realign my mind, you know how the new kids say, go touch grass. Translation for us, that meant take your way outside. I don't know what all this touch grass means. What's going on, Chile? I see you over here on the other line. High five. Bam. How are you doing? Hi. I see you on. Hold on. I got to let Chile know I see him. See you on the other stream. What's going on? I hope he's not gone yet. How are you doing, Chile? we've got both of the things successfully working today. So you guys are multitasking now. What's going on, Chile? I'm glad you are here. Hope all is well with you. So I'm wondering, guys, there are different species. Yes, I know trees don't have bones. I know trees don't have bones, but what I'm talking about is, why are the branches breaking so easily? Trees are supposed to be tough. We've got trees and then we've got rocks. When you are upset in the past, look, 80s babies maybe, but I'm talking about the 90s babies and the 70s babies. What would they tell you to do to take out your frustration? Because we dare not go talk to the counselor, and we dare not talk to the pastor, and we dare not tell anybody in our family because they may look at us some type of way. If you have issues with your anger, do not punch the walls because we will get evicted. You need to go out there and punch a tree. Take your frustration out on a tree or some rocks. Chile think it's lack of nature. Lack of nature. So Chile says we've got two streams going. Lack of nature. So do you think that this new generation of trees are out of touch with themselves? Yes, I know trees don't have bones, but they have a structure to be strong. And every time the wind blows, as I was saying, I'm going outside trying to realign my mind, touch grass, get some air, or read a book under a tree. If I'm sneezing too hard, achoo! Why for branches falling down all around me? I have to duck and cover if I sneeze too hard. If I move too fast, because I'm super like that. Tree branches falling down around me. When did tree branches become so weak? And why are men in the football and NFL bones breaking so tough? Just like all these trees. I don't think they're incorporating enough calcium in their diets. It's a personal problem. I'll let the forest know that you said it's a personal problem. We are not supposed to be taking care of nature, I suppose. Only ourselves. All the original trees in the area are gone. Where are you? I am currently trapped into the computer. Somebody just asked me where I'm at, locked in the computer, until I finish this live stream successfully. So moving forward, today's topic is silly crimes and stories that happened this year. But I am stuck, my cool peeps, on talking about, do trees have bones? No, they do not. But I'm quite sure AI Overview will give us the bona fide answer of what is the supplemental situation in reference to that. So, for lack of a better word, do trees have bones? We know they don't. Everyone, welcome. Y'all, I'm spelling words wrong. Of course, no, trees do not have bones. Instead, they gain structure and height through rigid cell walls made of cellulose. Well, trees must need to strengthen up their cellulose because branches falling all the time. What's going on, all my cool peeps? Thank you so much for the donation. Bam! We got the bronze medal in the Heezy. Bronze medal. Now, we're talking about medals really quickly. If I were to be blessed to be able to be in the Olympics, I don't care what place I'm getting in. First, second, and third, small, medium, or large. bronze, gold, or silver. What difference does it make as long as I placed in the Olympics? The fact that I got into the Olympics is a feat unto itself. In the spirit of competition, folks get crazy. I want the gold medal. Bruh, you in the Olympics. Your life is forever set in gold. Thank you so much for your donation and welcome. There we go. So no, trees do not have bones. Instead, they gain structure and height through rigid cell walls made of cellulose, which act like stacked bricks to support their weight. See, trees have cellulose and it stacks on top of one another to be like bricks. The trees not bricking like they used to be. If that's the case, that means cement don't cement like it used to be, because it isn't cement made out of the earth unless I'm mixing that up with mortar. You know, in the Easter movie they play every year, that Moses movie, and they're making them make bricks out of mud and straw. I think maybe those are different things. Correct me if I'm wrong, because y'all don't have an issue with correcting anybody when they're wrong. So I'll wait. Tell that to the trees. Ain't nothing wrong with the little cellulose. Tell that to the trees, because this generation of trees are weaker than ever. They're falling all out in the middle of the road. And since times are tough, you think the city gonna come out and clean up all these dang on branches? Nah, it's up to us. That's why I recommend you all have a mini saw in your trunk, because you never know. One day the road you turn down may be covered in sticks and branches and logs, and you gonna have to break out your saw. Not to get your Michael Myers on. We'll leave that there. But to chop down the branches of life that block your path. Block your path. What's going on, my cool peeps? Welcome in. Good morning. So once again, please, with y'all extra money, if some of y'all are blessed to see anything from y'all tax returns this year, I recommend you invest in getting you a saw, a personal saw to keep in the back of your trunk, because you never know when you're gonna have to cut up something. Now don't go chopping up this video, making it say like I'm going crazy and recommend y'all be like Mike Myers and start cutting up people. I'm not talking about that, nor is it Halloween. Neither the two shall twain. Moving forward, no, trees do not have bones. Instead, they gain structure and height through rigid cell walls made of cellulose, which act like stacked bricks to support their weight. While tree branches may look like skeletons, rest in power, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson looked like a skeleton during the latter days of his life. So maybe Michael Jackson was actually a tree in disguise of a human. Duh, duh, duh! Yeah! 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 I'm scared! I'm scared! Michael Jackson was a tree, and I can prove it. How can you prove it? What's going on? Australia in the house. How are my cool people doing today? Welcome into Freestyle Thursdays with Elay TV. I'm your girl, LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Gonna be here for a set amount of time to have a fun time today. We never know which way the topic will blow, which is why it's Freestyle Thursdays. Currently, I am trying to figure out if trees have bones. Are trees just falling all out in the street or in your backyard this year? Have they been falling out all in the street in the backyard last year? Continuing on, according to AI Overview, once again, they have rigid cell walls made of cellulose which acts like stacked bricks to support their weight, while tree branches may look like skeletons when bare. Trees lack skeletal systems found in animals, relying instead on fibrous wood and vascular tissue for stability. Stable where? I can guarantee you, when the sun rises today and I open my blinds, there's going to be thousands of tree branches everywhere I look. And who gonna clean it up? Definitely not the city. And I don't know how that's the case when they taking all our tax return money. You'll look outside, there's trash everywhere, tree branches everywhere, and they coming up here talking about some, yeah, we're making Georgia great. We building buildings and trying to fix this traffic congestion with y'all's tax dollars. But every time I look out the window, I'm not seeing anything like that happen. I'm over exaggerating. I'm seeing more fast food restaurants being built. I'm seeing more parking lots being laid out where parks used to be, where people used to live. I'm like, where are the people going? Because yesterday I rode past here. It was a whole apartment complex. I wake up the next morning, drive by the same place, it's torn down, and now it's a parking lot. I'm like, where y'all put the people? And y'all wonder why homelessness is on a high rise to HE double hockey sticks here. In a couple of more years, California, I think Atlanta gonna have y'all beat with the homeless crisis. Tent City, tent city, yep, tent city, tent city. And that's not funny, but this is the sad reality. So I guess I can recommend, if some of y'all have filed y'all taxes and have not been stuck by the man and had all y'all taxes taken from y'all, how about get y'all a saw and a tent? Because you just don't know where life is gonna lead y'all. One day you're walking on sunshine with a wonderful job, Roth IRA, CDs, bonds, stocks, you name it. All the rich stuff rich people rest their head on at night. They don't need Jesus. All they need to know is that they got $100,000 in all of their bank accounts. But one surefire day when you wake up and the funk hits the fan, at least you know you got you a chainsaw and a tent. Oh, help us. Get you a chainsaw and get you a tent with your tax money, because you don't know when fate may knock on your door and they say, get out of your house, get out of your mansion, rich people, because we get ready to turn all of this into a parking lot. Where we gonna stay? That's not our problem. That's a you problem. But I paid my taxes. We don't care what you did with those taxes. Wait a minute. You don't care. So why are we paying them? If you don't pay your taxes, we gonna throw you in jail. But you about to kick me out of my house, or for the rich people, you were about to kick me out of my mansion because you said you want to turn all of my land, all of my property into a parking lot. Well, if you listen to me, this girl on YouTube who y'all claim don't have no type of sense, hogging up all this precious air on planet Earth, somebody who don't deserve to be on YouTube. Well, if you decided to open up your mind one day, Quay, open up your mind. Open your mind. Yeah, open your mind. If you decided to open your mind and give your girl a chance, you would have watched this video where I said, buy a tent, buy a chainsaw. But that's okay. Don't come running back to me now, Celine Dion. It's all coming back to me. I'm like, dang, woman, breathe. No wonder the song was 9 minutes long, because you held the note for 7 of them. church you learn how to sing from? The way she held that note so long, it probably was a Baptist church. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate your comments, your compliments, and some of the quirky comments that you guys are saying. Welcome into my day ones, my day twos, my day news, and the ones just simply passing through. I appreciate all your engagement, and I'm glad I'm here for a set amount of time to give you a break on the realities of life, because life be lifing for the rich and for the poor, but mainly for the poor, like nobody's business. When life tries to beat you upside the head and you don't know where to turn and you tired of reading the Bible. No shade, because sometimes I do get tired of reading the Bible. Come on over to Elay TV to find something wacky, crazy, zany, to get your mind off of all the terrible, toxic sundries of life, at least only for a moment. Now, how in the world did I get on this topic of if trees have bones or not? I think it's because every time I look out my window, I see a tree falling down to what? To pieces. Welcome in, trolls. I don't know why you're here, because y'all supposed to be under a bridge. Now go away, hey, yeah. Oh no, yeah, yeah. Welcome, trolls. The way things are going, I guess I'm gonna have to add something to my title so I won't be up here under the guise of misleading my people. I thought you said you was gonna talk about the news. Well, it says that in my title, and I probably will get around to that. But the way things are going, I'm stuck on the whole issue about whether or not trees or the forest or the woods have bones. Do trees have bones? I'm typing the title. Well, like added something to the title for continuity purposes. Now, don't continuity purposes sound like some type of place where you go buy a car that's a lemon, but all you have is $14.65 in your wallet, and this the only option you got? Welcome to continuity used lemon vehicles. Welcome to continuity used vehicles. Go on, take a look around the yard to pick you out something that you want to buy. Heaven help me. All I have is $14 in my wallet, and I sure need a car. Only thing I hope is that is what, y'all? Get me from point A to point B. And I pray that the point A is not me leaving out of this parking lot after I bought the car, and point B is me driving off the parking lot and my car shut down. I'm talking about a point A to point B car that can at least let me go get my groceries and at least have enough strength to let me go to work. That's all I ask. Point A to point B. Heaven help you if you got a car that don't look like it have a lot of life left in it yet, Maxwell. Don't got a lot of life left in this car. Don't got a lot of life left in my car. Ho, ho, ho. If your car is looking like it don't got a lot of life in it yet, and you got a job that's really far, you better get on the bus. Come and take a ride with us. But Taking the bus is expensive. I don't care if you get a bus pass. There's still a whole lot of money, especially if you got to get off one bus, hurry up and run to the other bus, get on that bus, take a breath, then hurry up, get off that bus to get on another bus. If you got to take 3 buses to get to work, I recommend you find a job that's closer. Closer! Riding the bus with 3 connections just to get to a job, to work 4 hours, and then you gotta turn around and do it all over again. Why not just apply to be a bus driver? Hello, how you guys doing today? Welcome in. You got to turn life's lemons into lemonade, because if you don't, you're gonna be out of luck. Do trees have bones? Key structural differences to this, my cool peeps, are as follows, according to AI Overview. Cellulose walls. Trees are supported by rigid cellulose, not bones. Can we make connection between the football players of today with the structure of the trees, or the lack thereof of the structure of today's generations of trees? Tree branches falling all over the place when you sneeze too hard near them or under them or in close proximity. And every time I turn on a football game, somebody is always breaking something. Why are so many of our fellow men on the football field breaking something all the time? Once upon a time, men's bones didn't break so tough. I think, like I said, they need to incorporate more calcium in their diets. I mean, they shoving vitamins in water. Why not make a vitamin water calcium elite essential drink, so this stuff won't be happening? In War of Warcrafts, remember that woman who said she got tough bones because she kept getting them broken? Well, maybe that's what the football men are trying to low-key do. Keep going out there getting their bones broken, all in the name to strengthen their bones. But by the time they go in and out of the hospital, the football career gonna be over. So how many bones are you planning to break before it's time for you to retire out of the NFL? Is this some type of newfound hustle? I don't really want to play football no more, so if I break my legs every other game, technically they can still pay me. And then by the time I heal up, it's time for me to retire. I get it, but I'm not that tough. I'm not out there trying to run with a football to break my legs. You won't break my legs. You won't break my legs. I'm telling everybody. I'm telling everybody. Thank you so much for your donation. I could blame 50 Cent for selling vitamin water. I want to thank 50 Cent for selling vitamin water. Times are hard. Who in their right minds can afford vitamins? Vitamins, $23 a bottle. And that's if you're not lucky to catch a buy one, get one free sale at Walgreens, Walmart, Kroger's, or etc. Who really willing to spend $23 for some vitamins? Although we need our vitamins and minerals, I'm not. So maybe that's why I might be borderline in an early set of osteoporosis. You know, the doctor, if you can still afford to go to a doctor. Well, when I was 17 under my parents' health insurance, the last time I went to the doctor, just kidding, the doctor told me, you need to start taking vitamins so when you become a woman, your bones won't break when you're 30. I'm like, well, I don't got it like that. I can't afford it. So I guess I better start bracing for impact. Just call me Glass. Have y'all seen the movie Glass? Glass. When the boy bones broke when you looked at them too hard. I guess I'm getting ready to set myself up for the great circle of life. In the circle of life, and it breaks us all. We can't go on together with the broken bones. Just take me to my plot and let me lay, Lord. Just let me hear out on my plot and let me tear into nothingness. If I die, let me die my way, wasting away under these osteoporosis infested trees. My next question should be, do trees get osteoporosis? Oh. Oh my goodness, y'all, do trees get osteoporosis? I'm getting ready to type that down in here. Y'all can type it down in here if y'all want to. Do trees get osteoporosis? And I'll probably spelled that wrong. I'm going to type it in here. Do trees get osteoporosis? And yep, I probably spelled that wrong. Well, it's all a part of football. They got contracts worth millions of dollars to break bones. But yeah, I don't think they're expecting them to start breaking bones their first game. I don't think when they sign these contracts, these football men, I don't think the contract is really talking about breaking bones preseason. I'm talking about these men falling all out in preseason and practice. Practice. You want to talk about practice? They breaking bones while they practicing. So to me, it seems like an easy fix. So man, if you aspire to get a bag real quick and you good at sports, even though you don't want to play sports, if you want to climb to new heights, go on and play for the NFL. Make sure you break all your bones at the sign of that contract during practice. So you have a year and a half to heal. Get out on that field again. Go to game one, first quarter, break your bones again. Then you got a year and a half to heal. Then you get back out there in the game that's like 3 or 4 years in. You know, you aging, you maxing out. You 25, 26, 27. They already talking about getting ready to let you go. So all you got to do is go out there one more time and break your bones one more again. And then the football career is over. And you the one who's holding the bag. They pay for your medical expenses, your vacation time while you healed, went around the world with your family and friends. Because you sure couldn't play and you sure couldn't practice because you broke it all up. So I think this might be what the fellow men are doing. So since I'm running my mouth and in the figment of my imagination, the rich people of the NFL are listening. Even though in the figment of my imagination, these rich people who do watch me have it some way where when they're watching me, it won't show up in my watch time because they don't want to be tracked. So hi to all my super duper high power rich people who watching me incognito, who get ready to take this idea and fix your contracts to say, if you break your bones during preseason and practice, you are no longer going to be signed to the NFL. We are going to put you on probation. So you better not break no bones, because when and if you break one bone on your body before we start the actual season, Looks like you're gonna be having to go back to your poor little city with your poor little family and friends. Boom, boom, boom. So get it while you can before they start changing their clauses and stuff. Don't come blame me. I'm just trying to forewarn y'all of what's to come in the future. And the future ain't looking bright for now one of y'all. Once corporate find this video and start slicing up the contract. Moving forward. According to AI overview, in the reference of do trees have bones? The structural differences with trees and people. Wood cells. Tree strength comes from specialized wood cells. The center of a tree trunk or heartwood provides solid structural support similar to a pillar. Pillar where? Like I said, trees are falling out all over the place. Every time I back out my driveway, I'm running over branches. One day, someday, I am going to puncture all of my tires because I am going to be too mentally exhausted from scouring the driveways and the side roads for trees in the way. It's just too much to be worried about. I'm in the car. I'm sleepy. I got to get somewhere. I got to worry about animals crossing the street in the night. You know, the nighttime animals. I got to watch out for them. I got to, unfortunately, watch out for the homeless. If you stopping out here in Georgia or probably in California in the middle of the night at an intersection, you better have all your windows rolled up and all your doors locked because a homeless person may jump out and say, "Can I hold $1?" Ah! Now, you got to wonder if you run this red light, you risk getting a ticket or risk getting mugged by the bum on the corner begging for $1. It's too much on my mind that I have to think about while I'm driving. Now I got to worry about dodging tree branches too. Yes, the trees, not the trees. It's sad out here, y'all. It's hard out here and it's tough. Analogy, not anatomy. The tree skeleton in trees is only a metaphor for bare branches, often used to describe the stark woody structure visible in the rain. I saw you and him walking in the rain. Y'all was holding hands. I will never be the same. Heck, I'll never be the same if I saw a tree walking branch and branch with another tree. I'm like, oh, this is it. Think it's time for me to go and check myself in. I'm going crazy. Shouts out to KC and Jodeci. I don't know if KC, well, I don't know about Jodeci. I don't know about KC. I don't know if KC and JoJo still. Why is my necklace coming off? It's a ghost in here. My necklace just came off. It's a ghost in here. It's probably the ghost of trees past. It's the ghost of Christmas trees past. They're here to support me unilaterally and anonymously. Talk to them, child. Tell them that the trees don't tree like they used to be. The trees are not as strong as we once used to be. You guys, I think the trees from ancestors past are reaching out and trying to send a message over. We're not going to entertain that thought. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain. Purple rain, dun, 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 dun. Purple rain, purple rain, dun, 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 dun. Here we go. Dang, Prince, he sung that. I don't even want to see the rest of the concert. He did that with Purple Rain. I'm finna get in the car and leave. So you mean to tell me you don't want to see the rest of the concert? No, I'm done. That was enough for me. I'm getting ready to open up a new tab to see if trees get osteoporosis. Osteo. If I could spell it, I can get the answer. But if I cannot spell it, I won't get the answer. Story of my life. You ain't getting nowhere in life because you're not asking the right questions. Well, guess I'm just gonna be stuck for the rest of my days while everybody passes me by. Can trees get osteoporosis? OST, I don't know. I'm gonna take a stab in the dark and try to figure it out. Luke, I am your father. No! I'm hoping someday, one day, my parents, before they pass away and before they get on their deathbed, say, LA, you was right. You've been right about all this stuff we've been trying to tell you was wrong about. I guess all the things that are done in the dark will come to the light. LA, you was right. That ain't your daddy. I'm like, I knew it. I don't know why y'all was trying to tell me all these years when nothing in the pictures was matching. Yeah, I figure I tell you, since I'm getting ready to cross over and see the Lord, I guess I'll tell you that ain't your daddy. And we don't think that's your mama neither. I already knew that. I guess I'm gonna help you out and accidentally pull the plug. Y'all didn't hear that. Do trees have osteoporosis? No, trees do not get osteoporosis. Tell me something. Tell it to Michael Jackson. No, trees do not get osteoporosis. Osteoporosis is a disease that affects the density and quality of human or animal bone tissues, which trees do not possess. I know they lying. As I continue to move forward in educating myself, while I educate you, or is it while I educate myself, I am educating you? That's right. Hello, welcome in. And guys, thank you so much for hitting the like button. And I appreciate all of you guys' donations, all my cool peeps. Thank you so much for your donations. Everything adds up. Just you being here is gift enough. So for you to be able to go above and beyond the call of duty, thank you so much. However, the question likely arises from a metaphorical or structural comparison. I am looking up whether or not trees can get osteoporosis. Structural similarities, my cool peeps. Similar to how bones adapt to stress, Wolf's Law. Oh, similar to how bones adapt to stress, Wolf's Law, trees adapt to environmental stresses like wind. Wind, Max. We must have wind. Without regular stresses or proper nutrients, both bones and trees can become weaker. Weaker. Brittle trees. Brittle trees. Trees can suffer from decay, rot. Boom, 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 boom. It didn't say drop, it said rot. Oh, my bad. I thought it was time to drop down and get my ear on. I'm like, turn on the music. It said rot. R-O-T, not D-R-O-P. My bones, exactly. Oh no, my bones crack. Hey, Grandpa, no. Oh, I'm sorry, Grandpa. Brittle trees. Trees can suffer from decay, rot, or structural instability due to disease lack of nutrients, or environmental factors, which might cause them to break more easily, similar to how bones with osteoporosis fracture. Environmental link. What type of environmental link do we need to discover whether or not trees have osteoporosis? Look, in the corner to me, yeah, trees get osteoporosis. All of the same verbiage and linkage that they're saying to compare osteoporosis in humans versus trees sounds like the same dang thing to me. Rot, decay, structural instability, which might cause them to break more easily, similar to how bones with osteoporosis fracture. Maybe trees and people are one and the same. I wonder if trees catch the I wouldn't be surprised it's alive. And maybe that's why these trees don't tree like they used to. So, yeah, if it's alive, I think so. Because trees don't tree anymore. I think trees can get sick. Aren't trees supposed to be down here helping us fight the good fight of clean air? What they do is like eat up the dirty air and then push out the clean air. Hey, that is a good point. Moving forward. Environmental link. Please be advised I'm working on a couple of devices at the same time. So if my attention seems to go somewhere else, it's because I'm engaging with my other cool peeps on a separate stream. Environmental link. Increasingly, research has shown that living in an area with more trees and green space is linked to a lower risk of osteoporosis in humans, likely due to reduced air pollution and increased physical activity. It's interlocking, y'all. It's the same dang thing. Don't slap a bumper sticker label over it and tell me it's not. I am happily married for 10 glorious years. 10 years I am married. It's got here. The computer is thinking. Once again, in the deep dive overview of it all, no trees do not get osteoporosis. Copy. I'm getting ready to put something down here in the comments real quick. Osteoporosis. Coming up next is osteoporosis and the quartets. Doom do 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 doom do 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 do. Osteoporosis and the quartets. Osteoporosis and tattoo. Oh, I cannot. I guess I'll take the time to get some water. Tree people. People are trees. Trees are people. If you think trees are people, put a tree in the chat. I repeat, if you think trees are people, put a tree in the chat. Let me be the first to put the tree in the chat. I think trees are people. Why the H you think they keep chopping them down? Well, you killed it. You're smoking on a tree. I'm out here smoking over tree. Smoke. Bruh, who you 86 that poultry and now you smoking on it? Heaven help us. Times have changed. Taking the lives of trees. They're coming up here talking about smoking on a tree. Rest in power, the tree that was lost so that Sports Zone could puff pass. You're selfish. Oh, you selfish. You're selfish. I see the voluntary trees in the chat. For those the ones who are brave. I don't know why more people aren't putting trees in the chat. It's not like you're showing your faces, so we won't even know who you are. So once again, if you think trees are people, put some trees in the chat, because we cannot even see who you are. You're hiding behind pictures of buildings, letters. We don't even know who you are, so your secrets are safe with us. I'm going to put a tree in the chat for the one time. Y'all, I'm showing you my face. There's no way to hide. I am an actual person. I cannot hide it, nor can I retract it. I've been on YouTube for 14 years. There's no way I'll be able to scrub the digital streets of my image. It's too late. I've flown too close to the sun, and y'all know who I am. Unfortunately, I am forevermore intertwined with social media. No, trees do not get osteoporosis. Osteoporosis is a medical condition specifically defined by the loss of bone mineral density in animals and skeletons. Okay, so you're not calling people, you're just calling us skeletons. You don't have to alter this verbiage, computer. You don't have to alter this verbiage, AI. Just keep talking to me the way you are. Don't change one thing. Osteoporosis is a medical condition specifically defined by the loss of bone mineral density in animals with skeletons. What about the people? What about us? Who? 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 Oh, yes. Since trees lack bones and are composed of cellulose, tell us anything. Hemicellulose and lining rather than calcium phosphate. Calcium phosphate. They cannot develop the disease. Welcome in from Ireland. High five. Bam. How are you doing today? Today we are gathered around the forest fire, the dumpster fire, the bonfire. My favorite, the ring of fire. Pick one of the fires that you are desired before the rising sun. For some of us, like myself, I have already flown too close to the sun, which is why I'm probably here at 6:05 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the glorious state of Georgia, wondering if trees get osteoporosis. But if you don't ask questions, you won't get answers. Maybe someday, one day, me asking this question will lead me to a turn of events where my life will be forever changed. Enough said, you're from Georgia, the most finest state on the planet, apart from Michigan. Yes, there is nothing else to say. Exactly. However, trees and bones do share similar biological principle. Here we go with the wishy-washies of it all. Tell me something. I'm getting ready to tell y'all something based on AI overview. However, trees and bones do share a similar biological principle. We're getting ready to see what that is. Responses to stress. Trees are alive. More alive than what? It seems. Just as human bones use Wolff's Law to grow denser and stronger in response to physical load, trees develop a reaction wood, tension and compression wood to reinforce themselves against wind or gravity. Wind or gravity, structural decay. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to the stage structural decay. We are structural decay. Structural decay. We are. I'm like, wow. Yeah, y'all get ready to see the structural decay. I got my t-shirt, I got my tickets, and I'm sitting front row and center. Who wanna come with me? Uh-huh. Structural decay. While osteoporosis Trees can suffer from internal decay caused by fungi or bacteria, which eats away at the structural hardwood, leaving them hollow and prone to fracture, snapping much like fragile bones. Hello, welcome in, high five, bam. I think people and trees are one and the same because the language is similar to what can or could happen to us far as bone structure. High five, bam. Thank you so much. Okay, bow, 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 bow. Let's go. Bow, 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 bow. Okay, bow, 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 bow. Let's go. All right, let's save space for other people who possibly may want to chat. While not osteoporosis, trees can suffer from internal decay caused by fungi or bacteria, which eats away at the structural hardwood, leaving them hollow and prone to fracture, snapping, much like fragile bones. Fun fact: living near living near leafy green spaces has actually been linked to a lower risk of osteoporosis in humans, as trees help filter air pollution that can otherwise speed up bone loss. So I'm getting ready to copy and paste this information. Hopefully, all of the information will be able to be available for you to read. This is important. Here it is. It's about to come up on the thing. But for those of you who don't see it on my other stream, it says green spaces has actually been linked to a lower risk of osteoporosis in humans, as trees help filter air pollutions that can otherwise speed up bone loss. So surrounding yourself by trees is key. But if you're surrounding yourself by trees and they're not healthy, what good is it? Unfortunately, there is not a deeper dive to if trees have osteoporosis or no. Technically, they don't get the term osteoporosis like we do, but nonetheless, things can happen in their structure internally that will cause them to become weaker and more fragile. And at least from what I've been seeing, trees have been snapping left and right too easily. A helicopter can fly and trees are snapping all over the place. You're surrounded by a lot of trees, and I'm hoping that those trees that you're surrounded by are healthy. Y'all, I need to turn the heat off. I forgot to. It's getting a little too stuffy in here. So just one moment. I need to go shut the heat off and I'll be right back. Hold on. Let me get out of here. Hopefully I could get up. I don't think my leg fell asleep. Termites. I know humans don't get termites, but what would be the equivalent of human termites? Trees get termites, but what would be human termites? All right, I gotta go turn the heat off. It is entirely too hot in here. Just a second. Y'all, thank you for waiting. What are you guys eating for breakfast today? just put a tree in the room if you're hot. Oh wow, thank you. Someone you gave thank you so much for donating. That's really cool. I was away from the computer, AFK, away from the keyboard, and I got a donation. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I gotta type that in there. Wow. Thank you so much. For your for why cool. Welcome to the show. It would be really cool to put a tree in your house. You can put a potted tree in your house. Those are cool. So that is a good idea regardless. This is kind of a side note. I like going to Kroger's because they always have good house plants on clearance because it's like they get so many, I think, and they're unable to keep up with them. So going to Kroger's is a fun place to get plants. At least, in the spring and summer. I forgot to factor in them in. Termites. TERRNITES. And let me write over here. There we go. That's that on that. So I just finished reading whether or not trees get osteoporosis or not. It seems like this whole conversation has turned left in a good way because I was supposed to be up here talking about silly news that happened this year. But the way things are going, we are talking about whether or not trees get osteoporosis and do trees have bones. Shouts out to Alice in Chain. Don't I feel so alone, going in up like something. What is that? I used to know the words. Some days I know the words, and some days I don't. Them bones. Nonetheless, Alice in Chains. Shouts out to Alice in Chains. Them bones. Nice song. I wonder if they're going to have trees in outer space when we move to Mars or the moon. I hope so. I'm quite sure everything in space will mirror planet Earth. I'm quite sure y'all, it's so much. It's so many chords back here. I'll be trying to type. I'm quite sure even in space, all the things there will mirror Earth. If I could spell it right. There. That's that on that. I'm going back to my first tab, which were the original notes. Do trees have bones? I don't even think I went to the deep dive of it all, y'all. But when I was out, I went to get my peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm thinking peanut butter and jelly for breakfast with a big old cup of milk. No. Literally, no trees do not have bones, according to AI Overview. However, the term bones is often used metamorphically or structurally to describe how they stay upright. Why trees don't have bones. Instead of a skeleton made of calcium and marrow like humans, trees use different biological structures for support. Cell walls. Plant cells have rigid cell walls made of cellulose and lining, which act like a microscopic exoskeleton for every single cell. Exoskeleton, skeleton, a skeleton. Put you on a pair of skeletons. Lining. The organic polymer makes wood tough and rigid. High-density hardwoods like oak have mechanical properties. Mechanical properties? I'm not even getting ready to open up that ball of wax. I'm trying to keep this topic narrow as possible. Mechanics. Hello, greetings, Nashville, Tennessee. Oh, welcome in from Tennessee. Y'all, we have a lot of people coming from all over the place today. Welcome in. Hello, greetings, Nashville, Tennessee. So you're not having a fried banana sandwich with peanut butter with like the Elvis sandwich? No, not yet. I want to take special time when I do make that. Although, sometime last year, maybe 3 months ago, I did set apart, I think, 2 live streams talking only about peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, comprised around the topic. It was the morning moo. So on one of my episodes called The Morning Moo, where I dress up as a cow, I talked about peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. The topic basically was like, can you put a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in the microwave? Like, and cook it. But having said that, right on to the Elvis Presley peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with the bananas and stuff. Sounds like a winner to me, that much for sure. Here for the Elvis sandwich. It really sounds great. Sounds, if done correctly. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. GAN. There. According to AI overview, trees don't need bones. They have a turgor pressure. Y'all thought turgor pressure was only reference to like the either underwater in reference to submarines and all that stuff, or turgor pressure related to like aerodynamics. So what are they talking about turgor pressure in trees? Turgor pressure, internal water pressure, helps keep non-woody parts of a plant stiff and upright. Common bone reference in trees: metamorphical bones. Gardeners often refer to trees' trunks and primarily branches as the bones of a landscape because they provide the permanent structural framework. Winter appearance. When trees lose their leaves, their bare branches are sometimes called skeleton trees due to their white or gray limb-like appearance. Tree skeleton fossils. Yikes, like the petrified forest? Is that what it's talking about? Oh, petrified forest. Yeah, we're gonna go on a family vacation. We're gonna take the kids, load up in the station wagon, and go to the petrified forest. Aw, man, we never go anywhere fun. What's wrong with you? Oh, please don't give Denny's a creative new dish. Contact Elvis before doing it right. Yeah, because word on the curb, in the figment of my imagination. I repeat twice, word on the curb, in the figment of my imagination. Elvis Presley is still alive, so you may want to contact him before you put the Elvis Presley peanut butter and jelly sandwich on the menu. Dennis, thank you. Thank you very much. What's going on, Elvis? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Tree skeleton fossils. In rare cases, the inner wood of ancient trees can become petrified into stone, leaving behind the fossil skeleton of the tree's original flower. Petrified trees. That meant the trees saw something scary. Trees have been around since the beginning of time, and probably before the beginning of time, meaning before we got here and started making time our own. Trees have seen it all. So what do you think the trees saw in the past to make them so scared they died and became petrified? It sure wasn't the abominable snowman, and it sure wasn't giants, because they've been around to witness the alleged dinosaurs roam the earth and see all the things that it's tough for us to see now because there was no point of things to hide. So what in the Hades did these trees see that scared them so much it literally scared them to death? Scared them to death. I'm getting ready to check up on a couple of things and get ready to wrap up my show for today. I am definitely going to have to change this title right now. I'm getting ready to do a little cosmetic surgery for this because I simply just stayed on one topic, and that one topic, my cool peeps, is the trees. But for my records, I need to note something in here. Good morning to you. How are you doing today? I'm writing some notes down real quickly so I don't forget. So please bear with me while I write something down. There. My notes are complete. And what I'm doing right now, guys, is fixing my hashtags. B. All right. That should do it. I've got my notes noted. Going over here to see what I've got before I clock out of here. All right. I believe I covered everything in reference to the topic at hand today, which is pretty much, do trees have bones? I was going to talk about something else, but one thing led to the other. I want to thank you guys so much for coming in to Freestyle Thursdays and just hanging out with your girl for a short amount of time before the rising sun. I'm quite sure y'all learned something today. Back by popular demand, your boy Hercules the Shark will be on tomorrow, 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what he'll be talking about, but Hercules the Shark will be here. I'll see you guys later on. Until next time, be safe and have a good day. Thank you so much for coming in and for your donations. Bye-bye. For those of you who are still hanging out with me on the horizontal, how are you doing? It's kind of like you're getting a little bit of extra footage behind the scenes. No, thank you guys for coming in on this video as well. I appreciate your donations on this live stream too. Continue to have a good day. My name is Elay, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Thank you for my new subscribers. Thank you for giving of your time, because time is just as important as anything else. You could have been somewhere else, but you decided to stop in here. I'm quite sure you guys learned something here today. Do trees have bones? No, but yes, they kind of do. We kind of share in the same vein like people do. Trees can get weak. people can get weak. So it's all about putting the right vitamins and minerals back into your bodies. I love you all. Until next time, once again, your boy Hercules the Shark will be on tomorrow, 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hercules the Shark back by popular demand for Fish Fry Fridays. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.